What's up, guys? It's Will here. Wanted to go over niche selection, and this is the most critical step in your entire process, because if you get your niche wrong or you're in the wrong place, you just lost all the work you do moving forward. So critical first step, critical. This lesson we're going to cover what a niche is, why you need one, what everyone says about it, and that's just absolutely wrong, the real way of selecting a niche, why that works, some case studies, what to do exactly to select your niche this weekend, and the best resources on the planet for niche selection will be below this with links. So what the heck is a niche? A niche is a demographic, psychographic, or needs-based group. So when you go after a niche, you don't want to go after something huge that the big companies are playing with, like, I don't know, weight loss. You want to go after male 45-year-old fitness buffs that are doing CrossFit and have back pain because of it, right? That's a very, very focused niche. You can make a product because of their need or their problem, and you can very highly focus on how to find that person on the internet. Niche selection can be simple. You don't have to freak out. I can make it easy. You can get through it this weekend. That's our goal. So the bad advice is you either go with your passion or you go with profitability. Okay, you've seen that 100 times. Now, passion projects, number one up front, your passion's sacred. You don't want to share it with everybody else. It's special. Okay, so don't make it your primary source of income ever. See, Lorna Lai says the same thing. The worst business advice I've ever come across in my life has got to be follow your passion, the money will come. It's disastrous, especially in the online marketing world, because you can produce an event or building a website or anything else, and you only get marginal income because it's your passion. Being well informed and enthusiastic about your passion is not enough to build a profitable business out of it. See, passion projects is where you're head over heels in love with something. I love sports. I grew up playing sports, and it was my passion. Okay, if I made a blog about sports today, it would just take everything out of me. Okay, I've been there, because when you turn your passion into business, right? When you turn it into, you have to get up, you have to make an income out of it, you have to, all those non-emotional decisions, they kill your passion, okay? Because the passion is an emotional connection to something and the results of it. So you now have to drive results which are income related. So that makes it tough, okay? Makes it very, very hard. Now, the other side of being a profitable niche is a way to infiltrate customers that are looking to spend big money because there's big money there and all that. Well, if you focus on profits, you're planning to fail. Profitable does not mean that you can compete there, okay? You would be competing with the most amount of people because they're all looking at the profitable niches. So I'm not even going to get into how to find a profitable niche. But you're not driven to understand and know what your audience wants there just because you're basing it on profit. Product creation takes longer because there's more competition. Your passion isn't in that niche. That counteracts everything that you're wanting to do. Now, some good niches, one of the ways to just kind of mentally start preparing yourself to choose a niche is to look at health and fitness, wealth and money, relationships and dating, self-improvement, hobbies, interests, and activities. Now, the fifth one can be very widespread, and number 4 and number 5 are like marketing, right? If you want to talk to other marketers. Now, you got to understand those 5 core places, right? Core things: health, fitness, wealth, money, relationships, dating, self-improvement, hobbies, interests, and activities. Now add this advice on top of that. We're going to start stacking from here on, okay, about how you choose this. Number 1, everybody wants to get paid, laid, and live forever. Now, laid is like a bad word, derogatory, whatever, but everybody wants to feel good, have good health, and a long life, okay? Everyone wants that. That's the positive effects of what they want. Now, you got to focus on the problems and having the solution or being the path, right? Don't sell life insurance, sell what it does. Okay, so remember those 2 statements. Again, health, fitness, wealth, money, relationships, dating, self-improvement, hobbies, interests, and activities. They want to get paid, laid, live forever, and they have problems that I need to focus on. That's the mental checklist, right? So now that you've got that mental checklist, we're going to do a inspect yourself moment. Okay, what do you believe in strongly? Now, you may have a hard time identifying that at this moment. I'm going to show you how. And that goes to number 2. Look at your money. Where does your money say that you put a lot of, strong belief in? Where does your planner? Do they align somewhere? Does your credit card and debit card and bank statement say that your planner says, and all of that says that you like business and marketing, et cetera, or whatever that is, right? I love the gym. I spend $300 on supplements. I pay for 2 different gyms. I buy gym equipment at home. I have gym workout gear that I constantly buy, the newest or best glove, et cetera, whatever you're doing, right? Sports is a big spender. Okay, so what do you believe in strongly? Is it politics, business, marketing, learning, being a mom, fitness, something in the fitness community, CrossFit, or you're a kettlebell person, right? Credit card statement says you buy supplements, or you've got a bunch of business and marketing and software on software, right? Your planner says that you're constantly meeting with clients, and so that's probably a good idea. And so that's kind of how mine looked. Then I went to the second test, which is what magazines and books are at my house that would not be at your house, right? Or what differentiates the interest at my house than yours. Now, I have fishing magazines and books. I own a boat. I have tackle. But when I did the credit card statement check, I didn't spend enough money there. I have interest there, but it's not enough. That's where that passion project thing can get so confusing. Fishing and going fishing is a profitable niche. I also have fun going fishing. I am passionate about going fishing, but it did not align. You could tell by my credit card statement and everything else that I didn't spend enough time and money there to really grow something, right? I didn't have a deep-rooted understanding and knowledge of fishing to become a guide or a site about how to teach people to fish or tie knots or whatever it may be. I didn't want to live that life, right? That's the decision you're making, okay? The last stage, right? Once you've done the self-introspection, you've gone through, those 5 categories, you've looked at yourself and you picked out one, and you also know that here's the positives, the paid, laid, and live forever moments, and here's the problems with those people. You kind of have a mental checklist there of what that is. Now you gotta choose a worldview, right? Every Californian should go surfing. Every parent should care about organic. This is a split down the middle, right? They either do or they don't like this statement, and that's what you want. You don't want something soft here. This is a clarifying moment. You're going to choose a view, okay? I'll drop that link where Jeff Goins talks through this specifically so that you can get a better idea around that. But there's no reason for me to reiterate what he does a great job of explaining on Fizzle. But look at it like this, all right? Let's look at some case studies here real quick. Survival Life, Ryan Dice's site, okay? He definitely went niche. Definitely niche. It's all prepper-friendly stuff, right? He definitely chose an interest or a hobby as well as the paid and laid and live forever technique, right? Preppers are definitely live forever, and there's problems there because there's always somebody wanting to take away their guns. They got to survive the zombie apocalypse, so they got to buy stuff that makes it highly profitable. And he obviously had some passion there because he did such a great job, and he doesn't build that many sites. And so I know that he had a passion there. That's just him and his checklist. Maybe he is a prepper, and that's the checklist he took home and figured out. Okay. Now you look at Pat Flynn. If you read his story, his entire presence of smart passive income, it all checks out if you go through everything. He obviously, it's an interest, it's profitable, it was a passion because he had to do it. He got fired from the architecture job, and he was trying to build up the architecture site that he, green exam or whatever his thing was. And so he chose a statement. Both of these guys chose statements, right? Conservative, gun-loving, end-of-world preppers, prepper-friendly, easy, laid back, and going, right? Laid back, sorry. But he's a crash test dummy of internet marketing. Very clear cut. If you want to be a know-it-all and you want somebody to tell you how to do it, you don't go here. That's what it tells you. It tells you you're going to learn with this guy, right? And that is Pat's, I guess, persona is a very great way to grab an audience, but it's not a good way to make money immediately, right? So he's grown a huge income off that site, but it's taken years and years and years to grow it, but they all trust him. It's very trusting. Survival Life took we're going to provide you information and give you really tactical stuff that you're going to love, you need to buy it here. Let's grow the community. And then they grew the lampshade community or whatever their thing is off of that site. I will teach you to be rich. That is obvious right there, right? It deals with finances. It is very in your face, very intense, and that's the way Remit is. And that's the other thing, is you want your statement to carry the way you are. You have a personality about you that they need to read the minute they read your statement, okay? This works because now your passion and your profits align. You gain a clear-cut audience because you've just split all the hairs with your statement, right? The research is easier because you're already interested in the topic. You already know the magazine, the books are at the house. You're spending money there already. You have a customer base of one right now. That's what you're serving, right? You gained clarity. I mean, it just cut through all the confusion. Your fuel and passion will now drive you, because now your profitability and your passion are lined up. Your finances can actually see results, and you gain the small wins, right? It's very satisfactory, which is what you need to drive you forward as the hard days come up, okay? Now, we talked through these 3 sites, but really think through that and line everything up as you're doing this for yourself, and make sure you understand how they chose their name, the way they are. Look at these sites and really check it out. It's going to do you a lot of good. See, selecting your niche and then researching it will make you stand apart, because all of a sudden you'll glow. And you got to think promotion. How will you later be positioning your site, your product, and everything around it? And that comes from your statement. That statement is the most powerful thing you're going to have in your arsenal now. Now you're going to go find your audience. We're going to show you how to research, find your audience, a targeted audience of customers who have both the inclination to buy and the capacity to pay. And so if your niche selection, right, we have to jump ahead a moment. If your niche selection doesn't meet the inclination to buy and the capacity to pay, you need to back out now, right? Here's the story. Diabetics, wonderful audience to go after, because they're all in need. They obviously have a need. The problem is that most diabetics do not have much money. They don't have a lot of extra income or income that they're going to set aside to spend something on. And I know someone that has done a very successful job of building up this list of 35,000 plus diabetics. And the problem there is that they have no money. They don't have any money to spend. They don't have any money to spend on her product. They can do the free challenge and then maybe buy an ebook, but there's no big thing at the end of it. And although you're helping an audience, they have to have the inclination to buy, which they do, but they don't have the capacity to pay. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Check out the notes below. This can be simple. We're here to help you if you fall up or need any help, or you just want to talk through it and you're like, you know, I really like basket weaving, but I'm really not sure how I could do that. Well, you probably can't, but we can maybe even look at some really cool ways and just talk through it. It's always good to get a second opinion. Let's have some fun. Look forward to seeing you in the next live.